I'm feeling a little down, namhlanje, you guys, because of the story that I'm about to share with you. I am quite triggered because I am a new mom. You understand? I have a baby boy. You understand? We think ukuthi you fall pregnant, you give birth, and after giving birth, the whole shebang is done. You understand? We think ukuthi most challenges are during the pregnancy, where you get morning sicknesses, where you got all these things. But also, guys, there's a huge shift that happens in a woman's body as soon as she gives birth. And you cry a lot. It happened with me. I remember the second week, I did experience my baby blues. I cried my eyes out. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Miss T, aka Mgosi on TikTok. You know, I moved my TikTok segment and Mazunono, where people inbox me with their stories, and I come on this platform to share their stories, because in this platform we are able to share the stories a little longer as compared to your TikTok. I'm feeling a little down, namhlanje, you guys, because of the story that I'm about to share with you. And apart from it being a story, I also want this to be an educational video. I am quite triggered because I am a new mom. You understand? I have a baby boy, you understand? So this story triggered me a lot when this lady sent me the story. She sent me the story to share her journey, but she also sent me the story to give awareness to other moms. You understand? To other new moms, because sometimes we overlook these kind of things. You understand? We think ukuthi you fall pregnant, you give birth, and after giving birth, the whole shebang is done. You understand? We think ukuthi most challenges are during the pregnancy, where you get morning sicknesses, where you got all these things. But also, guys, there's a huge shift that happens in a woman's body as soon as she gives birth. You understand? So as we starting this video, before I tell you the story, I think I want to do this as I want this video to be educational. You understand? Not only to moms or to new moms, but also to just young people, or to whoever. You understand? Mhlambe kusasa you're gonna wake up as a mom and you're gonna go through something like this, and you're not gonna understand what is happening with you. I wanna take my phone, you guys, né? Because this is how I want us to do this thing. I'm gonna go to Google right now, and I'm gonna Google postpartum depression, right? So firstly, postpartum means after birth, right? It's that period, that stage after you give birth. And then what is postpartum depression? They also call it PPD. It is a serious but highly treatable mood disorder that can occur within the first year after childbirth. You understand? So basically, it's not something that is physical, but it does end up affecting you physical. It's a mood disorder. You understand? So it extends to say it involves intense feelings of sadness, anxiety, and exhaustion that last longer than 2 weeks and interfere with your ability to care for yourself and your baby. You understand? So there's postpartum, you guys, because sometimes abantu bayayiphazamisa. There's postpartum. There's also something called baby blues. What is the difference? Baby blues, it's mild mood swings. You understand? After you give birth, guys, you do experience this. Like I'm a mood swings. You understand? They come with giving birth. So in baby blues, it's mild mood swings, crying spells, and anxiety that typically emerge 2 to 3 days after delivery, and they disappear on their own within 1 to 2 weeks. You understand? So that first to the second week, lower my mood swings, but they are not severe, are mild. You understand? Where you also have anxiety and you cry a lot. You understand? I don't think we talk about afterbirth a lot. A lot of people, we discuss the pregnancy, the journey of pregnancy, what happens when you are pregnant, the mood swings, the what, but we hardly talk about what happens after you give birth. You go through a period where, guys, you just feel you have too much anxiety. You understand? You are moody and you cry a lot. It happened with me. I remember the first, second week, I did experience my baby blues. I cried my eyes out. You understand? And sometimes when you cry and you actually know why you're crying, but with this one, sometimes you don't even know why you're crying, but you just have this thing. It's color. You get it? And then with postpartum depression, symptoms are much more severe. You understand? And they are prolonged. With ama baby blues, it's like the first to second week. When it's early stages, it's understandable. You just get ukipumundu. You understand? A whole human being. So you are bound to feel a little. You understand? So they are short-lived. You get it? But with postpartum, it lasts longer, and it also requires professional support so that you can get better. You understand? So the most common symptoms, emotionally, we are talking about the postpartum depression. The common symptoms, emotional, it's persistent sadness. Guys, if they're saying you've got mood swings, let's say you are sad, right? You're gonna be sad, and then with ama baby blues, this is what I experienced personally. I'm gonna be sad for that moment and cry, but it does not even last long, and then still tell you something else, and then I'm laughing, and then you understand. But with postpartum depression, it's persistent sadness. You understand? This kind of sadness that you are feeling does not go away. It's intense mood swings. You're crying for no apparent reason, or you're feeling worthless, hopeless, or guilty. You understand? When you have a newborn, guys, you are most likely to feel guilty about like a lot of things. You understand? Isn't it as simple as maybe, for example, because ukhumbule nengqondo yakho usakhohlwa, you understand, you are forgetful. Sometimes you can take long to change their diaper or their nappy. You understand? Like, then you start feeling guilt. Oh my God, I'm not a good mother. How can I forget to change in nappy umntwana? Then you start feeling sad and crying, and you understand. And then sometimes you feel worthless. You understand? Ukhumbule ukuthi you've undergone immense body changes. Like umzimba wakho ushintshe ngendlela eyisimanga. You look in the mirror, you don't recognize the person that you're seeing. Uyazaz, you know how you are, but you look in the mirror and you don't relate to that person. Awumazi lo muntu lo ombonayo. You understand? And then behavioral, it's loss of interest in activities you usually enjoy, or withdrawing from family and friends. Yabon, and this is the stage abantu abangas understand. Bacabanga ukuthi uyaqhosha because unomntwana, or akasasinaki, or whatever. When someone okuwukuthi ujwayele ukuba around a lot of people, after giving birth they start withdrawing, they lose interest. You need to know ukuthi it could be ukuthi they are experiencing postpartum depression. Bonding, difficulty feeling a connection or emotional attachment to your baby. Guys, when you are pregnant, the bonding starts when you are pregnant. You bond with the stomach, with this person on a with anticipation to meeting them. And then this person comes, you see them, but it's like you're struggling to connect, which is something that should happen naturally under normal circumstances. Once that baby is there, once they put that baby on your chest, you understand? So with a postpartum, if you are struggling to connect with the baby is yours, you gave birth, but it's like there's a disconnection, or you understand, or you feel like or you have those questions you can't answer. It could be signs of postpartum depression. And then physically, it's severe fatigue, changes in appetite, or difficulty sleeping. even when the baby is sleeping. This one, the physical one, is a bit tricky, you guys. You know why? Because after giving birth, you do experience fatigue. You do experience fatigue, and sometimes your appetite changes, because there's that appetite change that happened when you were pregnant, where you're starting to eat certain things because of cravings. So that might stop, and maybe you can go back to what you used to eat, or ganjan. You understand? And also difficulty sleeping, even when the baby is sleeping. I did experience difficulty sleeping even when the baby is sleeping, because especially umntwana makalapho for some time. You remember newborns don't sleep, they are up every hour or 2 hours or everything. So my struggle was that if the baby is up and then you feed the baby and then you put them back to sleep, leyo 2 hours azobalele ngayo, like ubuthongo abufiki, like yini, you understand? So you also look for those signs, which is a bit tricky physically, because even when you are not depressed, you can still experience like these symptoms physically. And then cognitive, trouble focusing or making decisions, or experiencing extreme anxiety about the baby. You understand? So those are the signs that you need to look for after giving birth. You understand? If you start feeling physically I feel like this, emotionally I feel like this, and I can't bond with the baby, and it could be signs of a postpartum depression. The reason why I'm doing this is because today's video is about a mother who experienced a postpartum depression. So I'm gonna take you through into a story cycle. I'm gonna call her Tembi. Tembi is a 32-year-old woman. She's married. She says when she was pregnant, she had full support, you guys. The husband was there through everything. Bayaguma visits, postnatal classes, everything. The husband is there. She has cravings. He buys her whatever that she needs, because it's their first child. And the husband was excited also we are having a baby, you understand? So, and then the family was also there. She says she's from a big family. So the family was very supportive, you understand? And then she gave birth. After giving birth, she started feeling all these things that I was explaining to you, you understand? She felt like she was not really bonding with the baby. There was just that disconnecting between yena nomntwana, no matter how much she tried, you understand? And the husband did try naye ukuthi, you understand, ayivalele gap, but like ayivaleki sekungathi it's the husband who gave birth instead of her, you understand? She was feeling useless. She was feeling hopeless. She was feeling empty. She had a lot of anxiety. Like, she was always crying. She was always in a bad mood. She was always sad. She was not interested in anything. You understand? So, and then there was a moment that made her realize, because it's her first child, and when all these things were happening and when all these things she was experiencing, you understand, when you are going to ask mhlambe umuntu omdala, they're gonna be like, no, after giving birth, like, this is normal, yabona, these things happen. You know, abantu bakdala, you guys, it's only now where we talk about izinto eyifana nabo depression, about anxiety and all of that. Abantu bakdala, they are not used to these conversations. Only now we are opening up to say, you know, I feel worthless, I feel like this, I feel like this. Do you understand? Even when I'm there, it's like I'm not there. You understand? They never used to talk about these things. So it's difficult to explain postpartum depression to umuntu omdala, because with them they said this is normal, it happens after giving birth and then izodlula. You get it? So there was also that, so man, those things happen, izodlula. Fast forward, I think it was like a month later, you understand, and she was still feeling like this, you understand? And if it's baby blues, it should have subsided by now, you understand? But it was not getting better. So this other day, she wakes up as normal. I take a bath and then I prepare for like the baby. Remember, she had support, so there was so many people ending all the time. Her mother was there, her sisters were there to support her, and also the husband was there, you understand? So I wake up, I do my normal routines, I bath the baby, and then I eat, and then you understand. I don't know ukuthi what happened at that moment, but ngiyengazibona ngiphethe ipilo like this, you understand, and ngiya emntwaneni, uyabona. Guys, that is a very, very scary moment, you understand. I cannot explain a thought process and what was happening to me at that moment, but all I remember, I was holding a pillow like this and I was reaching umntwana, you understand. By God's grace, my husband walked in. I am so blessed to have a very, very supportive husband. Because if bego omunye umuntu ubeyongilahlela ngaphandle and say you're trying to kill my child, but at that moment, futhi, it also helps to be married to someone who's open-minded and educational, you understand. And then at that moment, that's when my husband picked up Uzi. There must be something that is terribly wrong, like with this person, you understand. And it's also important to be married to someone who knows you, you guys. Because when you are married to someone who knows you, they will know when you are out of character. They will know Guti, you are acting out of character. You understand? They will know Guti, I know how my wife is. She will never do like something like this. You understand? Luckily for me, I'm married to someone like that. When he walked in and saw that, he reached for the pillow, but instead of Uguti askrime angtetise, he came to me and he held me. I wept. I wept. I cried my eyes out. You understand? That's when they started seeing ukuthi like gunenkinga. I've wanted this baby for a very, very long time. It's not like it's teenage pregnant. You understand? Umntana uze and simhlelile lo mntana. We plan to have this child. You understand? We are married. We are excited. We are having a baby. So why would I want to do this to my own baby? You understand? They picked up that there was something wrong with her and they tried to find her help, and she did find help and she became better. You get it? And she's sharing her story, one as awareness, her journey, and also to make people aware ukuthi postpartum depression has nothing to do with the fact that you are alone. Because abantu abaningi, they think if you don't have support like during pregnancy and after pregnancy, you are alone, and that's when you experience the postpartum depression. You understand? It's mood swings, severe mood swings, and that can happen to anyone. You are rich, you are poor, you have money, you don't have money, you are married, you are single, you've got a family, you are alone. It can happen to anyone. It has nothing to do with other people. It has nothing to do with support or anything. It's something that happens to you. It's something that you understand. So she just wanted to give that awareness, and I am glad that she did, and I am happy ukuthi akwenzakalanga lutho, guys, olubi. You understand? Think of a situation if the husband didn't walk in. You don't know what could have transpired. So I am so grateful. Ngiyambongela ukuthi akwenzakanga into. You understand? And she was able to get help. Some women don't get help. They end up hurting their babies. They end up killing their babies, or they end up taking their own lives, of which it's not nice, because at that moment kusuke kungena muntu who's actually recognizing ukuthi this is postpartum depression. We're just thinking we are goa, we understand, or whatever the case may be, but only to find out ukuthi umuntu is struggling. You understand? Because postpartum depression is something that is very, very serious. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I hope this video was very educational to the new moms, to moms-to-be, to anyone who desires to be a mother. You understand? Or to fathers as well. You understand? Because kukhona baba guys who are so involved, who learn these things. Abafazi baba pregnant, they Google these things, they Google symptoms and everything. You understand? So also to Abu Baba, if your wife gives birth, and or your girlfriend gives birth, and after giving birth, you see these signs, putuma, it's postpartum depression. Akazenzisi, it's not because akafuna ukuba umama or uyavilapha. It's postpartum depression, and akakwazi ukuyi control. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you can be notified when there's new content. I'm posting videos every single week, from story time to vlogs. Yazin, Gila. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Till next time. Like the brain. She don't like things